So welcome to another Scottish Watches video, not podcast. This time we have got Zenith, who are probably most infamous for their chronograph movements. And this is a modern interpretation of all the history that they have been working on over the past, I was going to say 50 years, but hundreds of years of developments in mechanical watch technology, leading to this. And we have got Gordi, who is the proud owner of this little guy here. So do you want to tell us what this is and why it's so special?
Yes, this is a Zenith Defy 21 in ceramic. This was purchased as a gift for me by my lovely wife, Mary Jane. We just happened to be in Rocks the Jewellers at a Zenith event and looking through some of these watches, and this caught my eye. Mary Jane says, "Do you like it? Because I'll buy it for you." Basically, as a gift for my retirement. I'd already bought a watch myself, and this is a gift from her to me. I love this watch. It's just amazing mechanical detail. When you set the chronograph off, you'll notice that the scale is 1 to 100. The chronograph's hand goes round at 1 second. It's 100th of a second increments. It just spins round like nobody's business.
Right, so an example would be if I was to fire the chronograph on my Speedy, which is already running. So if I reset that and I fire that off, if you look at the chronograph needle, it's counting down. I think this is 21.6 vibrations per hour, this one. So this is a bit of a shitter. And if you pop your one in, and we bring that in, and if you decide to hit the fire button on that guy, oh.
The interesting thing is there's actually 2 escapements in this watch. Down in the bottom left is the normal escapement. If you look to the top right, you'll see a jewel not far away from the Zenith name.
Okay.
And that's the chronograph escapement. And that's running at 360,000 vibrations.
Everything still just looks like a blur.
Yes.
So the main escapement on this is 36,000 per hour.
Yeah.
That's high beat. Along with having all this crazy mechanical stuff going on inside, the case is actually made of
ceramic.
So they're using different technologies all over the shop, and Zenith is sort of known as a historically astute watchmaker of bygone eras. They supplied the chronograph movements for the Rolex Daytonas back in the day, after Le Mans, before Rolex decided to take everything in-house. And they have recently celebrated quite a lot of anniversaries with 50ths of this, that and the other.
Yeah.
And this wheel that is currently, if you're looking at this, in the top of the middle screen, if we hit fire, off it goes. Like the clappers. And then if we stop it, stops dead. Meanwhile, over at sort of 3 o'clock position, your main escapement's running away. So what's the story with this movement then? Do you know much about how long it took them to develop and if it's using anything else?
I think it's just exclusively to the Defy 21 range of chronographs. I don't think it's used anywhere else. As to its development time, I think it's just one of these things that have developed over time, that Zenith have been looking for something in the marketplace. I don't know how many years this would have taken. I would have thought 5 to 10 years to develop something as complicated as this.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of videos, again, obviously, about the Inventor, which is the one that me and Rick are looking to get a hold of, and the amount of development time that went into that, behind the scenes stuff with LVMH Group and Zenith, obviously in particular with the silicon work. They're the ones that are leading the charge. They're the ones that are pushing the boundaries, pushing the envelope of watch development, whereas everyone's just, even Rolex recently, they've upped to 70-hour power reserve, slightly better escapement, slightly more anti-magnetic, but it's guys like this that are doing crazy things, and they're a traditional watchmaker. They're not HYT.
Yeah.
You know, they're not MBNF, and they're bringing this at a price point that's attainable. So what's the retail on this one just now?
This retails at 10,600.
10,600 for a Zenith that has got 100th of a second accuracy from a mechanical watch, dual escapements, high beat in ceramic.
Yeah.
You really, really can't beat that.
No pun intended.
Well, exactly. No pun intended. Do you have any concerns about this being made with ceramic and sort of not scratching, but, shattering, clonking it off something?
No, I wore it on occasion, like a whole week, and I just use it like a daily wear. I just walk around and do my everyday business with it, and I don't give it second thoughts. That's not to say I haven't clunked off a door.
And it survived?
It survived.
A few people have said to me, because I've got 2 ceramic watches. The first one was my Tudor Black Shield Fast Rider, which is a Ducati edition, black and red. And it is a ceramic outer with a stainless steel tub inside. And people said, oh, you've got to be careful with it. And then I got my Apollo 8, which is a more expensive one. And people said, you're not a bit worried about maybe shattering it or dropping it? And I'm thinking, well, if you've got a mechanical watch, a luxury piece that's got sapphire crystal, ceramic is pretty similar on the hardness scale to sapphire. So if you're the kind of person that cracks sapphire glass all the time, then keep away from ceramic. Otherwise, if you look after things and you're not an idiot and you don't bonk into doors and handles, they're generally okay. And being ceramic, they're not going to scuff up. That's true. It's digital. It's either going to work and it's going to be flawless, or it's going to break and you're going to be buying a new one or getting it replaced.
I mean, the Zenith event was in Rocks and Jewelers in the arcade. It was young Ross who was dealing with us, and he actually showed us the one which was in the steel, and it just didn't look as appealing as the full ceramic.
No.
The full ceramic just had that look about it. It just said, buy me.
It does. Carl Ruiz, God rest his soul, would have said it's a lecture piece. Somebody looks at it and says, oh, that's quite interesting. What's the story with this watch? Yeah. Then you fire it and it starts going crazy and they're like, oh, right, okay, that's the story with that watch there. And you've got something to explain about it instead of, it's just another Rolex. Yeah. It's just another Omega. So, no,
some people, when they look at it, they say, how can you tell the time? Because initially, when you look at it, where are the hands? Mm-hmm. But after you're wearing it a week, your eyes get accustomed to what they're looking at. Yeah. And they just hone in straight on to the hands, no problem at all.
Very, very similar story with like the ceramics that I've got, especially at night time.
Well, this has got no loom, so it's useless at night.
Yeah. Well, mine's slightly better. Mine's got a little bit of loom. But all you need is a slight amount of light in the room because they know fine well. They polish the hands on these things. So all you need is a glint and you'll be able to tell. And like you say, you become very accustomed to just looking at the wrist and your brain's programmed for the shape of the hand and it picks them out. Initially, maybe a little bit difficult to tell the time, but telling the time's secondary. That's what we've got a phone for. These are just fashion items. Do you have to wind this twice in different ways for the two escapements?
It's anti-clockwise for the main movement and clockwise for the chronograph movement.
Oh, right.
The chronograph movement's got a wee power reserve.
Just at the top there?
Yes, at 12 o'clock.
Now, how is this for wear and comfortableness? Comfortableness? Did I just invent a new word?
You did.
What's the comfort levels? Because I've heard that the straps on these, the buckles and the clasps can be quite jarring. They sort of nip.
Well, what I found was this watch originally came with the leather rubber hybrid strap.
Uh-huh.
And after wearing it for a good few months, I noticed that the stitching comes right through, and it was just annoying my wrist, catching on me and just abrading it. So Ross was kind enough to get me a rubber strap, and it's much more comfortable in the rubber.
Do these come with rubber straps like this?
They do come with rubber. They come with rubber, the leather, and I believe there's a full ceramic bracelet.
Oh, right. I never knew that.
With the full ceramic bracelet, I think that adds another 300, I can't remember. Yeah. Maybe a couple of thousand onto the price.
I could well understand that. It's interesting how the price of the carbon one that they brought out of this went right through the roof. They recently went for a forged carbon, they were saying.
As an engineer, forged carbon is really difficult to manufacture. Mm-hmm. You get a lot of rejects. Yeah. So you make it, so you've got to pay for the rejects somewhere. So that ends up that for everyone that's good, you might find you've had 10 rejects.
Yeah. So there we go. There is another piece from Gordi's collection. This is the Zenith Primero Defy 21 in ceramic. It's got the 100th of a second chronograph function, dual escapements, high beat movement. So thanks, Gordi, for not only bringing this along today, but you've brought your collection, and we have actually featured another 2 of your watches, which should hopefully be on the channel either before this one or slightly after this one. And we recommend you guys check that out. He's got a lovely Rolex GMT Master 2 from 1998, is that one?
1998, yeah.
98. And you have got your Geophysic GLC as well, which people should check out. So thanks for viewing. Thanks, Gordi, for coming along. And if you guys want to check out more of our stuff, be sure to subscribe, like this video, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think, tell us what you want, tell us what you'd like to see in the future. And also check out our podcast. Twice a week, we annoy the life out of you for an hour per time. We are on a Monday and a Friday. You can catch me and my co-host Rick. We talk about things, occasionally watches as well. A little bit of movie references, tractors, Tinder, all kinds of good stuff. So check that out, scottishwatches.co.uk. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.